Let's talk about how to change tertiary button color. So tertiary button is actually in PrimenNG, it's link equals true. Well, wait a minute. How do I change the link button color? This is a real puzzling one. Let me show you how. To begin with, what I do is I print out my preset components button color scheme, JSON format. Let me show you what that looks like. When I print it to my console, this is what I get. So I'm going to go to the bottom here and I'm going to click on copy. So I've copied that. Now we're going to go back over to my editor and we're going to paste that into a JSON file because this is JSON. So I've created a file called buttoncolor.json, and in here I paste what I just copied from my console. So link happens to be what colors my tertiary button. So now I go down here. This is the light. I go into the dark. I know that I want link color, hover color, and active color. This is all primary. I don't want primary in there. I want a different color. So let's go look at my button presets. In my button presets, I have light and dark, and I just have root, secondary, and I have some minor changes for dark. But I want to change this. So let's go back and look at this. Let's try copying this and see what we can do with this. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it over here. I want to go at the same level as root, paste, but I don't want the parenthesis around it. That gives me pretty much what I had there. On my light, I want to go with surface 800, and I want to do that for all of these, and I want to copy this, paste that. Now it's got to be at this dark right here, so I've got to paste it right in there. But here I want it, let's make it 50. This is my dark. I want it to be almost white. So in the dark, I want a white text, but in the light, I want a darker color. That's why I chose these colors here. Let's see what happens. Before I show you what happened in the browser, I made a mistake. I put the link in the wrong spot for dark, so I had to move it down. So that's where it's at now. Let me go over and show it to you in the website. So here we are. Here we have a tertiary that's easier to see and easier to read in this color. Now, if I go and I change to light or dark, I still see it and it still behaves. So I hope this helps. That's how you would change the tertiary color of a tertiary button. In this case, the tertiary is a link button. So how did I know to go to the link? You'll notice right here on a tertiary button, when I do link equals true, that tells me that in the code, it's going to be looking at that link. So here's that link, and here's link equals true. The other buttons don't have link. That's how it's concealed. It's kind of hidden in there. This is how I found it. I hope this helps.